This show is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find the other great shows on the network, head over to the deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Deluxe Edition. I am your host, Casey Shearer. Joining me, as always, Ray, the podcaster.
What's going on, Casey?
Not much, Ray. Just sitting here for 40 minutes and 25 seconds waiting for a guest who, once again, did not show up. So, what are we going to do?
Well, I think we're just going to say that, I was really looking forward to talking to him because I love what he does. But it's very disappointing when a guest can't just click the goddamn button and come on and talk to us for half an hour. It's very disappointing.
Yeah, especially when they confirmed last night that they would be here tonight at 8.
Maybe he's on crack. I can't confirm that. I just don't know, man. I'm torn. I'm really torn. Fuck it. It's Todd Sheets. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Todd Sheets, this is the second time you've done this to us. I love your fucking shit. I love your movies. But Jesus Christ, man, can you just come on and talk to us? And, I'm not even mad. I'm just disappointed because I really want to talk to him about his movies.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a giant long list of stuff to ask him here. And one of the things, actually, that I was going to ask him is you mentioned, maybe he's on crack, but he's not on. From all the research that I've done, this man has never had a drink or a drug.
Well, and that's the other thing that pisses me off, man. I did a lot of research on Todd and trying to figure out what I shouldn't ask him and what I should ask him. And, when people don't come on, that's the disappointing part is that you do the research to make sure you don't offend them.
Right.
Because the last thing on earth I want to do is offend this guy. And what does he do? He fucked us twice. Twice. And the shitty part is that I'm going to let him do it to us 3 times.
Yeah.
Because
time is a charm.
Dude, I so want to talk to him, though, because he's got some great fucking movies.
Yeah, I mean, he's known as the Prince of Gore.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I was going to talk about. But yeah, there's so much that we could talk to Todd about. Hopefully, we'll give him one more shot.
Yeah, the master of splatter. Come on, man. Yeah. Where are you?
Yeah, we'll give him one more shot next week. Hopefully. If that is not the case, then unfortunately, I can't.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, and man, it's really hard when somebody who creates horror movies from such just like an Evil Dead level. Like right. That's where he started. Like just from the ground up, just a desire to make something great out of nothing. And that's what he's done. But like maybe he fell asleep. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that's a possibility. In 1993 is when Todd started to take making movies seriously. Yeah. But prior to that, he made 25 movies. So like,
well, once again, when you watch the early stuff, it's like he's in my age group. Mm-hmm. And his early movies are like shit that if I was a filmmaker, I would have done. Like he did what he could with what he had.
Right.
And if you follow his like trajectory as he goes up through the system, you get these early movies like the Bimbo movies and shit. And then he does this movie I absolutely love called Goblin. Goblin is this low budget fucking B movie it's like an Evil Dead movie, but it doesn't have the actors. Like who the fuck can get Bruce Campbell?
Right.
Sam Raimi just happens to be friends with him. Like that's a 1 in a million. So like Goblin is like early 90s and everybody's got long hair and leather jackets and poofy shirts and shit. And and it's just a lot of fun. And that's it's really low budget though, and it's not for everybody. If you're a horror fan, this is the movie you should watch. Goblin. It's like 93, I think. But you can see the trajectory of where he's going.
Yeah.
Like you can see that to the next movie and the next movie, and then you get to Clownado, which I think was a great fucking movie. And he uses a lot of the same guys, over and over. Mm-hmm. But when you've been around that long, you gotta, you gotta turn over, obviously. But then you get to like Final Caller, and that's a really good movie from a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. And it's ridiculous that he just hasn't had an opportunity to make a big budget movie, because I think he could do, if somebody gave him a budget that was more than $8, he could make a great fucking movie.
Yeah, same with Dale Fowler.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
you give these guys more than $8 to make a goddamn movie, they would kill.
Right. Yeah, and one of the you were saying like from his early stuff, Goblin was made in 93, and the movie that really started his career was Zombie Bloodbath. It was the one right before Goblin, but like it's all of his friends in the movie. There's no like name actors or anything. And then as you go on into his career, House of Forbidden Secrets, it was made in I think like 2015, 14, something like that. You have Ari Lehman, who was first Jason.
Right.
You have Lou Temple, who was a friend of the show. He was in The Walking Dead and Halloween, a bunch of horror movies. Lloyd Kaufman, the founder of Trauma, and Diane Thorne, who I looked her up. She was an old-time actress who she played a character named, I think, Eyeless.
Well, he got Linnea Quigley to do Clownado, I believe it was.
Yep.
So I mean, that's something.
Yeah. Yeah, when actors like that are reading your scripts and coming on board to, like, they don't want to be in shitty stuff, you know what I mean?
Well, no, and it's really disappointing that this guy is not talking to us right now.
Yeah.
It's disappointing. And I don't know, maybe he had another heart attack. I don't fucking know. Maybe he's in the hospital right now getting another quadruple bypass. I have no fucking clue because the guy didn't mesh his back.
That's all my notes.
But he survived a quadruple bypass.
Yep.
And I would love to ask him about that. Like, did your life flash before your eyes? Or did you just go, fuck it, I'm dead?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I haven't had my heart attack yet.
Yeah. Yeah. And the only person that I personally know that has had a heart attack was my father. And apparently he had a heart attack between 2009 and 2022 and didn't know about it. So,
well, I'm pretty sure I've had a couple mini strokes at this point, but not a heart attack yet.
Hey, on this the Fly episode of Deluxe Edition here, I know you probably don't have any news segments, but I
do not.
I want to touch on something that we talked about, or a person that we talked about in the news on one of the previous shows. A favorite actor of yours, Zac Efron.
Yes, I love Zac Efron.
So you talked about he's pulling double duty right now, filming he's doing a couple things right now. He's doing the movie that you talked about, the beer run, right?
Yes, the beer run. Yes.
Yeah, and then he's also filming, which really sparked my interest, a movie for A24. They're the company that's been putting out all the great movies like X and
they're getting ready to do the what is it, the Friday the 13th prequel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So they're making a movie with Zac Efron called The Iron Claw. And he will be playing one of the Von Erichs.
Oh, shit. Wow.
And I saw a picture of him.
Dude, he's ripped as fuck now.
Dude, he looks amazing. He looks just like Kerry Von Erich in the photo that I saw. And the reason I bring this up is because I just got an alert earlier today. Is one of the wrestlers in AEW, All Elite Wrestling, that I watch, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. They call him MJF. He actually just got signed on to be a part of the movie as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is he as ripped as Efron?
Yeah, he's pretty ripped.
Do you know what it takes to get that ripped?
Yes, that's why I'm not that ripped.
Yeah, that's why I'm not that ripped. It takes a lot, man. It takes a lot. It's kind of like The Rock. The Rock's my age. He's 50. And that dude is a beast.
How is that possible?
I have no idea. I don't know how it happens, but god damn, man. Some of these dudes, they just defy age. It makes no sense.
It's ridiculous. The Rock,
it's kind of like, like you look at like Ric Flair. When he was 50, like he did not look like The Rock.
No, he didn't.
He did not look like The Rock.
Good shape, but he did not look like The Rock.
He was in good shape, but he looked like a 50-year-old dude. The Rock looks like a 30 fucking year old.
Yeah, I was talking about that with someone, like talking about like when we were watching or when I was watching the movies to prep for Ed's interview.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was watching 12 Angry Men with Ed's dad.
Yeah,
like those guys were in their 40s then. And they
it's like
the way that people looked back then, they just looked so much older.
It's like it's like who the fuck from The Thing? Who the fuck was that? Wilford Brimley?
Yeah.
Dude, he looks like he's 100. He was like 42 when that was made. Like seriously.
Yeah. What happened? Like how does that happen?
I honestly think that life just beat the fuck out of these people. Like, I'm Generation X. We don't have a concept of age. Like, we don't understand it. Like, we're still kids. Like, everyone who's Gen X still thinks we're fucking 12. Like, you give me some fucking Legos, I'm good. You give me some Hot Wheels, I'll put the track up. I'll shoot those motherfuckers down that track all day. I'll do 8 hours of running fucking cars down a goddamn track. Yeah. I'll make paper fucking airplanes for 3 hours and throw them across the room to see which one will go the farthest. Gen X has no concept of age. We just don't get it. It makes no sense to us.
When does Gen X stop? What would I be?
I don't know. When were you born?
1980.
You might be on the cusp there, buddy.
I feel like a kid.
So I got some questions then. Do you like paper airplanes?
I do.
Oh, fuck yeah. Do you like drinking beer with not worrying about what happens?
Yep. Do
you like going to concerts in the middle of the week and not worried about getting up for work?
I do.
Okay, all right. I think you're falling in Gen X. Do you give a shit what other people think of you?
Not one single bit.
There you go. So you're pretty much Gen X, man. We just don't care, man. Like in my head, like I'm still like fucking somewhere between 12 and 16.
Yeah.
I don't like being an adult. It's not for me.
No, it's just something we have to do.
Right. I don't enjoy it. I think it's dumb.
I knew this one guy, his saying was, he was always so miserable during the week. And his saying was, I would always say, how you doing today, Terry? I don't live to work. I work to live. And then he would smoke crack on the weekends.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Gen X is the generation that just decided Fuck it. We're just going to be 16 forever. You know, you want to snowboard at 50? Who the fuck cares? Like, I could probably get drunk and jump off a roof just for fun.
Yeah, I don't recommend it, though.
Well, you know, it's probably not my best move, but
No.
I could
Don't
do
do
it
it.
when I was 16, so I could probably still do it.
Please don't do it. Let's I know you have some dinner to eat, Ray. We're coming up on our hour.
Well, we gotta do an episode, man. We got.
We're recording right now.
I know that, but we got to give the people what they want, and what the people want is some Todd Sheets fucking bullshit.
You got to give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want.
All right, you want to talk a little more about Todd?
I do.
He did take. You mentioned his heart attack. He
Yes.
did take a 7-year hiatus from filmmaking. In 2005, he stopped making films. That was going to be in the questions. Why did you stop making films? And then in 2012, when he decided to start making films again, he was into the process and he had a heart attack, which you mentioned he needed quadruple bypass. So we were going to talk about that. He made a movie called Bone Hill Road that was really good.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
It kind of is a little misleading. Like, it shows werewolves on the cover. It's not quite a werewolf movie. Like, the guy has the ability to turn into a werewolf, and the practical effects that go into him turning into a werewolf are fucking. They're really good for like what he has to work with.
Once again, like, the dude has $8 to work with, which is what I wanted to ask him about. Is how the fuck do you take the $8 that you made like panhandling and turn into a fucking werewolf?
Right.
Like, that's what I want to know.
Yeah, one of my questions was like, how much is the least amount of money you've had to work with?
Yeah.
$8.
I'm guessing $8 because I've seen Goblin. Goblin was made for $8. And honestly, I love Goblin. It's a great movie, but it was made for $8.
Oh, yeah.
And if he tells me $1 more than that, I won't believe him.
You're wrong. Liar.
Yeah.
So then, in Bone Hill Road, when I watched that, going through the credits, we all know that I was in Roseblood, a Friday the 13th fan film, written and directed by Peter Anthony. One of the doctors in that movie was played by David McMahon, and I noticed in the credits of Bone Hill Road, David McMahon's name as one of the werewolves, and I text him on Facebook immediately a picture of the credits, and I was like, "Is this you?" And he was like, "Yeah, I was the werewolf in the end scene, in the end credits." So yeah, this guy, he's shot like he's like the king of SOV, it's called, which was shot on video, which like I need to know how they did all that editing and shit back then. Like how were they editing that stuff? Because you're like, I've filmed on the, like, what I picture these movies being filmed on is like the big
VHS, camera, yeah,
like where a VHS tape went into the recorder itself, and you just taped it right. You recorded it directly to the video, right? That's what we're talking about here.
I mean, I think that's what we're talking about. But unfortunately, Todd could not be with us this evening. He had a prior engagement, I believe. He's either taking a nap or filming another movie. Honestly, I can't think of another reason why he would fuck us over when we love him so much.
Right.
But once again, look, I don't want to trash the man because I don't know what happened tonight.
Yeah,
he could have maybe he's in a car accident. Maybe
we're gonna get to the bottom of it.
Like, seriously, I still want him to come on the show. I do. Like, I don't want to shit all over him, but at the same time, I kind of want to shit on him a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I want him to feel kind of bad. But
That's
I
the
don't
thing
I
about
don't
it.
want to feel so bad that he's not going to come on the show. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I kind of want to fuck around a little bit and say some bad things, but I know if I do, he might not come on if I get nasty.
That's the thing about us, Ray. Like when he does come on the show, hopefully if he does come on the show, like we'll just shit on him right to his face.
Yeah, I'd rather shit all over him to his face and like say, "Hey, this is the second time you fucked us over."
Right.
But god damn it, man. I want to talk to you. I've seen you do other interviews.
Yeah.
Why you pooping on us?
Yeah, I don't know. A bunch of his movies are on Tubi. So if you'd like to check them out, just go to Tubi and search for Todd Sheets.
Yeah, I highly recommend Goblin. I highly recommend Clownado, which I think is probably could be his best movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Final Caller. I think, in my opinion, those are his three best movies. Now, when you watch Goblin, you are in for some low budget bullshit, and you're going to be like, why would you recommend this to me? And I will say, because it shows the beginning of where he was, then you watch Clownado and Final Caller, you see the progression.
Yep, absolutely.
Which is, I wanted to ask him about that, but obviously he's not here.
Right. Yeah, and the main reason that we were bringing Todd on tonight was to talk about Moonchild. It's a movie that was just released October 11th, so 1 month ago. And he actually made this movie in 1994, but it wasn't released until this year. So, if Todd was here, we'd be able to ask him about.
Yeah, he could explain it to us. Yeah, he could explain it to us, but obviously he had dinner reservations with someone that was much prettier than us, I guess.
I mean, that's not hard to do.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of him. He's not much better looking than us.
All right.
All right, you want to shut this shit down there, Casey?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
All right.
Here's the future of the show. Next week we will have Arsenio Hall on, my friend Turnpike James Wolf. Not sure what he's going by these days. He's a vintage dealer. Check him out on Instagram, Turnpike James, or Arsenio Hall, Haul. And after that, we have John Ross Bowie. And then after that, George Booza from, he played Beast. This is a funny story, right?
Yeah.
His manager, when I messaged him about booking George, he was like, sure, I'll see if Beast is available. And I told my girlfriend, I was like, wow, this guy, like, he must have a reputation. They call him Beast. And then I started looking at, he was the voice of Beast.
Yeah, he's the voice of Beast. Yeah.
And then after that, we have Michael Campion. He was on Fuller House. Then we have Kevin Van Hentenrek. I'm butchering that.
Oh, you're fucking that all up.
Big time. He from Basket Case, the Basket Case movies.
Yeah.
And then Sam Benjamin after that. So if you're interested to Google any of those names, check it out. Join our Facebook group. You can always ask fan questions over there. I'll always be posting these.
Yes, sir.
Over there. And then let's just run through the...
Well, before you say that, I want to make sure that Todd knows we still want to talk to him. I absolutely need you to come on, Todd Sheets.
Yeah,
I absolutely want to talk to you. This episode was a goof. We're just having fun because, you're supposed to be here, but you weren't. So, but I'm not counting you out, man. I still want to talk to you. So,
yeah.
All right,
you got
Casey.
one more shot.
Do the thing.
All right. We are at deluxeedition.show. You can find all of our previous shows over there. If you're listening to the show on Spotify, iTunes, you can review the show or go to YouTube. We are on YouTube as well, and I put a lot of effort into the video shows on YouTube. If you want to follow us, we are on Instagram and Twitter at Deluxe Edition Pod. If you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/Deluxe Edition Pod or join the YouTube channel or buy a t-shirt over at whatamaneuver.net. And make sure you check out all of the other great shows on our network at deluxeeditionnetwork.com. And the podcast of the month this month is Horsing Around. My good buddies over at the Red Horse Hair Salon in Temple, Pennsylvania. They do a conspiracy podcast, all kinds of fun stuff. Not all conspiracies. I don't want to turn people off. It's not all conspiracies. It's a bunch of fun. So check them out. And Ray?
I am the host of 10 Cent Beer Night Podcast. Check it out. Go buy some of my fucking t-shirts. They're excellent. The logo is fucking-ganic on the shirt. They're at TeePublic. Casey's got one. You can see it if you watch some of the back episodes. He wore it on one of the episodes. And, you really should consider supporting us on Patreon on Deluxe Edition because without your support, we might not be here. Like, we may fade off into the distance. Probably not, but...
Probably not, but
Probably
I'll see if I can figure that out into the editing that we fade away.
Yeah.